Okay. Then in this case, I will launch the screen sharing. You can see it now, yeah? Okay, so then I'll begin right away. This is the main FlowCite interface. You can log in going from flowcite.com on the sign up page. This is where you can create the account. Once you have the over the IP access, it will automatically, after you do the verification, which is a two-step verification process, it will then accept it and launch your account as a pro account with all the access to the services and features. When you have then finally logged in, this is the first thing you'll see. You'll be on the dashboard, which will show you in an empty account situation. You will, of course, have to fill your library. This is an overview where you see all the activity in your account. Before I start with the description of the features and services, I will quickly explain a little bit about the interface. It's a web app with a standard left-bound menu. So here's the main access to all the features and all the services we have connected in this platform. Then there's the user management, so account settings, the whole support section where you have the academy with the articles that describe to you how the application actually works, and where with YouTube links. So all of this is accessible easily here in the bottom section. Then you have in the middle the main content window where you see all the different features. When you work on them, I will show you here in the library, for instance, you will see the main content of the app in here. And in the top, you can see every process that you start is going to be loaded in one of these tabs, just like in a browser. It's the same like in a web browser where every single page is one tab. Here in this application, every single process is one tab. So whether you are opening your library because you want to organize the references that you have in here, add some more citations or quotations, make some notes, then you would open this as one process. You can open specific research articles that you want to read with our PDF viewer. So, and of course, all the different services which are connected. So this is just in a nutshell, the description of the interface itself. Help Center is also accessible here, as I already said. So first, the logic of this platform, I will go through the different workflows one by one and why they are set up the way they are. So first, you, as a researcher, normally will begin with some type of literature review when you have decided in which field you want to write a new paper in. Then you will do a thorough literature review and collect lots and lots of different papers, research articles, books, etc., and go through the content so that you find references. This you can do by either using our connected search engine, which is accessing Core, DOAJ, eLive, PLOS, so the open access libraries of this world. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of different articles that are accessible by these platforms and search engines, and they are searchable and savable directly within FlowCite. This is one way. So you can look through the different search engines that exist. You've seen there are refined ways to search. The other way is to import an existing library. So let's say you're working with another RMS and you have already over years collected different references and put them into different folders and organized it correctly. Then you could import this library into here and directly work with it. It will assort it. Or you just create a new one and generate it in the format that is common, for example, the BIP format. Finally, this is the way how you enter then in the library itself. So I was explaining the content, you can search it, you can import it, you can manually add it by uploading it. You can even add a book that doesn't have, let's say, an ISBN, it's very old. You can manually put it in here with all the information, put the reference, save it, and then use it later on to cite from it when one of it works. And it all then boils down, the search process, which is step one, and the literature review boils down to having a whole lot of different books and references and research articles. This is now the library, how it looks like when you look at the grid view. There are different views. We have a list view, which is more easy for reading. Then there's a table view, which allows you to make it in a structural approach when you want to export this for spreadsheet analysis, and then the image view, of course, where you can connect the graphs, the tables, whichever are the contents that you're going to use in your paper. And the library itself is structured in such a way that you have a directory system and a file system. So we're working with an internal editor, a LaTeX editor, actually. You can have the files directly created to it. So in case of your new paper you're writing, it's a certain subject matter. And in that subject matter, you then open the file in which you're going to write your paper. And you preset the directories, so the structure of your paper. Let's say you could put here the introduction, the main body, the results, etc. All of these could already be preset in folders, and then you can move and save the references you made directly in these folders, which saves time later on when you write your paper to pull the content from the reference manager because it is pre-sorted already as you go. That's the reason why we have introduced a directory system. Then if you go into the information of a single card, as I said, every card is one reference. So it can be a book, it can be a research article, any of these. It will show you the author, the title, all the metadata that is relevant to it, TOAJ, publication, date, and publisher. And then we have added some extra information which is important for evaluation of the quality of the reference is the altmetric score. Where has it been used and mentioned in for instance, the social media or other public media has been used there, and the smart citation score from Cite AI, which is directly deep analysis of the way how a certain reference has been used in the research industry. So has it been supported, mentioned, or contrasting? This helps directly to understand whether or not this specific reference is helpful in one's own work. So this is the way how you can see even in large amounts of data. You can go through them and immediately evaluate the relevance for yourself. Then you have the actual information here and of the summary notes, if you have generated some citations, notes, tags, the summary, and finally the actual PDF, so the original document. If you then go through one of these, I've already opened them, they all will open in a new tab each and every time. You can arrange the position of the tabs, you can pin them. It's up to you how to handle this. It's completely free to the user. Then this is our internal PDF viewer. It allows then to make highlights, save the citations, as you can see, put notes in which you can have comments with your co-authors and peers to discuss the different citations or quotations that you are selecting for the later use in your own paper. So this is a collaborative PDF viewer directly within the interface of this app, which allows to not have to switch to context, run certain operations local, or having to save files or open them locally on your PC. Instead, you're completely doing it via the application, and it's all saved in its own cloud folder. So that's the way how we call it a work platform. And the next logical step you would then do after you have assorted the literature review, you have all the different papers that you wanted to go through, you have gone through them, marked them, the different citations, references that you will require later on, maybe even organize them using the directory system in the right folders for your paper already ahead of time. And then you would go as the next stage to the actual editor. So once you have all the content that you need, you will start writing. This is now the LaTeX editor itself. Every time again it opens in a new tab, so you don't lose track of what you're doing. You can be working in organizing your data and searching it. You can be writing and reading it all at the same time without losing track of what you're doing and being able to do multiple processes at once. Now, the LaTeX editor, as I said, on the left side, on the right side, you have the choice of different one-click features and services. So first of all, the PDF viewer, which shows you the output file of what you are currently writing. Then you have Pro Writing Aid, which is the AI-based grammar and spell checker that we've integrated here as an external service, and it analyzes all the text you write, gives you optimization ideas. It splits it in improvements, which are technical corrections of the text, where you can see the errors that were done in styling, spelling, grammar, the passive voice, and these ones. And then you have the goals section, which is the style guide, basically. And the style guide is very, very broad. You have a choice of many different options that you can pick from. And these ones will then analyze the text with different parameters and give you these gradings. gradings and indices that tell you how you can improve, and then it would analyze the entire text and give you each and every result where you could change it if you want to then have a better score. So this is the live support, let's say live assistant in writing directly in the editor. And then finally, the reference manager. So the content that is saved in the library in these reference tabs becomes available in the reference manager itself. And it has been split in the references, the citations, the notes, the markdowns, web resources in case you are saving information from a website, images when you want to upload the graphs, the tables, etc. All of them are one-click available. You mark them, you add item, it directly is inserted in the text, bibliography gets adjusted. That's it. Then you have the guidelines, which tells you here for the different citation styles, which can be used in our own version of this LaTeX editor. And basically, this is the main approach. So the reference manager, the content itself, and then the grammar and spell checker that are integrated within the writing process. If we now go to the more auxiliary part, so these were the very core features. You can search content, you can organize content, you can edit it by going through the PDF viewer and collaborate with your peers, decide together which are the exact citations you're going to use later on in your paper, and then finally go and write it in the editor itself. So when you are doing this, there might be some other services that come into mind which can be used. For instance, if you are going through large amount of data, you might want to summarize certain papers to first know what they're about before you go through an in-depth reading. This can be done with our integrated AI-based summarizer. I will show you in just a second the type of output file, how it looks like. Then the same goes for similarity checker. While you are writing, you want to upload it and check what's your similarity score, be able to know whether or not you would pass the levels that are decided in your university or for the publisher that you are trying to get this work proven from. And then finally, the proofreading service, which is integrated in the editor, is directly verifying all the works, as we were saying. And you have an academic editing. This is more of the human touch, basically, where you can upload your paper via the platform and then define the exact turnaround times, the type of analysis you want to get done, and then a subject expert will work on it and usually within 48 hours give back the completely edited file. So just to give a small impression of each of these, you would have, this one would be, for instance, the summarizer, turning a document of 120 pages into a shorter version with 30 pages where there's a summary and the main points basically taken out of it. This is a very straightforward approach. Then you have the similarity checker of Oxico. Nowadays, they are called Identific. But this is the standard report they generate, as you can see, with the similarity score, where exactly did it come from, what was paraphrased, the text itself, which will be shown each and every part. Of course, this is a main paper was uploaded the way it was, so it looks exactly the same. Here you have the exact scores, where they come from, the web links, and then in the new version, which they are now offering since this year, you also have an extra page, which then does the AI detection. So basically within the similarity check, also the score of how much text was generated by AIs will be shown, which is very, very helpful and useful, and I would even say necessary. And this would be the standard way how from Scripendi, from the academic editing side of things, the text is being analyzed. So you really have the subject expert, which will write each and every point, make the suggestion, make the changes. This is just a short text to showcase. But of course, you would get basically the human intervention on each and every of these points to work them through. So yeah, this is let's say the core functionality of the application. So our own internal features, which are the search engine, the library itself, then you have the PDF viewer and the editor. These are the features you can use within the application in a collaborative manner. And then finally, you have the external services connected. Some are directly integrated into the application. For example, ProWriting Aid, the grammar and spell checker, which is part of the editor, and others are of a on-demand nature. So a summarizer, you have to upload a file, and then you select it, you select the project, okay, which one, okay, select the file, next, and then you upload it, and you can process it right away. So that's the way this application works, and then you have the services, as I said, that are more auxiliary for analyzing at the end, the similarity checker and the academic editing. So yeah, this is the main functionality described in a short time, just so it becomes logical what is connected with what, how are these things working, and what are the main workflows, basically.
Well, I mean, practically, do associates will also use, means multiple people could use a single account?
No. Everybody has to have their own account, but of course you could have a project that is shared. You don't have to. In this case, we're only showing now internal projects. We are in the My Project section, and if you have a shared project, it's either shared by you, this is one in here, or shared with you, which will appear here. So you can share any of your projects with whoever you want, and they can collaborate together with you, saving the references, deciding the things, then in the editing in the file itself as well. But and it goes both ways. You can share, somebody else can share, and then it goes for the whole project. You, as I showed before, you would then go in here, and let's say you have a collaborator. You can add the collaborator, give the email, and select the permission level.
That's the case of a joint project, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is when you want to share the project, then you could have, you add someone to it, and it's either they are only allowed to read the content, they're allowed to edit, or they're allowed to be an administrator to the project, meaning they can invite themselves others and share with them.
Perfect. And for plaque checking, do they upload their document directly for the plaque checking?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They would just select the project from the project, the file on which they are writing, they select it, press next, it gets analyzed, how many pages it has, and then it can process it right away. It takes just a few minutes and then it's done.
And how, like, how it is, the Oxico is how it is different than I authenticate?
So the main difference between the way they work, I mean, it's very similar, the type of AI that runs through it nowadays. So Authenticate has all the big licensed publishers. They have deals with them, and this is where they are strong. And Identific, on the other hand, has concentrated on, they have less licensed content than Authenticate, but they have basically the entirety of the open access ones as well. So you get it's a broader database. And nowadays, since they also have the AI detection as part of the service, it's very comparable. Yeah.
Okay. Shall we get the same kind of report, the same kind of plagiarism we'll find in both the things?
Oh, the reports are very similar. I would say very similar. The Authenticate one is of course top notch. Is the best in the industry, and since it concentrates a lot of the licensed publishers, this means that you would have really a good overview of everything that has currently been published and is in let's say the commercial type of papers. But open access wise, Identific has basically, I think, covered the entirety that is currently available in libraries. So from open access libraries. So yeah, in this regard, they're just scanning differently.
Just because Authenticate do have the exclusive agreement with Crossref also?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's because they have these exclusive agreements regarding the licensed content, so nobody basically gets bigger than them. Yeah.
Okay. Gulami, if you don't mind, if required, I want to connect with one of the doctor with you in half an hour.
First of all, let me switch this one off. I think we have this one clear. Yeah, let's see. As I said, in half an hour might be a bit short notice because I do have other appointments for which I will have to leave here, and I won't even be on the computer. It's not like I can be on the phone during that meeting, right? People would want to see the application itself. So you just ping me, okay? I gave you the WhatsApp. You just write me in case it is happening in half an hour, and in case I still have myself, let's say 15, 20 minutes, then I will jump in. Otherwise, we'll find a separate occasion when I can meet this professor or doctor and explain in detail again. But I think if you just have the video from now, which you are recording, you just cut the right section of it, and then it's probably some 8 to 10 minutes quick explanation. No. It should help.
I think it's perfect. I will give them the freedom that will keep some other session if required, virtually, based on the availability.
Good. Perfect. Well, then let's do that. I think we're good with that. We just want to make sure that they are also feeling comfortable. I mean, they have 25 users that they have booked with us, so we want to make sure that they get the training session, ideally with everybody available as well, joining us. And if that is not possible, then we start first with the recording, and then hopefully we can meet them very soon for explaining and then getting everybody onboarded.
Or they could ask their query or keep some other session with us at a common time.
Yeah, exactly.
So this 11 to 2 is the generally available time with you?
I mean, it is for me this week. Most likely I will be in Europe next week, so then it will change again. Then I will be there will be quite a far apart. We'll have to do in your afternoon.
No issues. And now I have your WhatsApp number, so I will ping and get the common time and fix the required thing in future.
Yes, yeah, perfect. Exactly. Let's make sure that we always, because at the moment I'm traveling quite a bit, so let's make sure we speak at least 1 or 2 days before the actual meeting, so I can really confirm to you that I'll be there, and not some plane or taxi or whatever. Yeah.
Perfectly.
Okay.
I will be the bridge. Don't worry. I will be the bridge. People do not come to you directly or I will like make you trouble any kind of, but I will be the bridge and will fix the things.
No, I'm glad we do it this way. It's safer. It's safer. Otherwise, it's with the time zones, and then you got to mix with the availabilities. It's always better you go through it yourself, talk to the actual client, and then we get the right time. But from right now, for me, it would work perfectly. We could again do an 11 in the morning session if this helps, as long as we now put all the effort in, get this through the finish line, and have them onboarded.
Perfect. Now I'm happy that product is working fine and things are going good. So
Yes, all good. It's absolutely all good. So, and we are developing the new version already. So this is something very, very soon. I don't know exactly. I was hoping to already send it last week, but it looks like we need a little bit longer to send a list of the new features so that you can use that during promotion, right? It's really important that you can tell the new clients, hey, by the way, you're booking this version, but the new one is already being built and available very soon, and it has ABCD new features. Yeah.
Sure, I will coordinate to you. We need a upgraded feature also. We do have 2 new colleagues in the team. One is in South India and in West India. So we would like to see those updates also and just introduce you once with them when you are available.
Yeah, for sure. Let's plan that. Maybe this meeting, the internal meeting, might be easier to organize next week because I do have quite a lot of things this week still running. But we'll for sure get it planned and done so that also the new team members can learn the app and promote it well.
Perfectly perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot then.
Okay. Thank you so much.
See you then. Okay. Bye bye.